Scorpio, welcome to your 2014 year ahead astrology forecast. Now, your ruling planet Pluto is still going at it with Uranus in 2014. So this is going to be another evolutionary and revolutionary year. Pluto is in Capricorn, which is 3 signs from you. So Pluto is still very favorable for you because Capricorn sextiles Scorpio. Sextiles. And so it brings opportunity for you. So there's continued opportunity for you in the area of social media, communication, short distance travel, speaking, writing, teaching. And Venus is there as well until March 5th. So Venus is empowering you to be a better messenger, a better communicator, a more effective communicator. She can be working to smooth out relationships in the community, with family, with siblings, and she's really working for you. Now, Uranus and Pluto are going exact on April 21st and December 14th. Mars is your ancient ruler. Mars used to rule Scorpio until we discovered Pluto. Mars is a major player in 2014 because Mars will be in Libra, squaring Pluto, opposing Uranus, and squaring Jupiter in Cancer. So you'll know what I'm talking about by paying attention to how you feel on New Year's Day, on January 1st. And the reason is because on January 1st, we have the Capricorn new moon, which is a supermoon. We have 5 supermoons in 2014. Supermoons are when the moon is closest to the Earth and in direct alignment with the sun and the Earth at the time of its new moon or full moon. And so this is a new moon, and Mars is now in Libra at 12 degrees, squaring the sun and the moon in Capricorn, opposing Uranus and squaring Jupiter. In fact, Mars is right where it was, where the Libra new moon was. So what was going on with you in October? What was happening for you, especially first week in October? And now what's going on at you at the holidays? What's going on with you on January 1st? And especially the first week of January. January is going to be really intense. We have 2 supermoons, one in Capricorn on January 1st, and then we have a new moon, supermoon in Aquarius on January 30th. And Mars is triggering everything. Mars is the warrior planet. Mars is your drive in life. Mars rules your sexuality. Mars rules your energy. Pluto rules power and transformation. Uranus is weird. Uranus rules weirdness. Uranus rules liberation and freedom. Jupiter rules expansion, abundance, opportunity. Jupiter's working for you all of 2014. And, you know, so it's kind of, you know, up and down. Some people may be all over the place. And, you know, that's why I have tools here for us so that we can focus on our goals in creating a better life. Now, many of you that follow me are visionaries. Many of you that listen to the podcasts or watch these podcasts, read my newsletters, many of you are visionaries. Visionaries have the ability to see into the future. Visionaries see more clearly in the present. Visionaries see the bigger picture. Visionaries have their own set of challenges, such as seeing the present as perfect and as a stepping stone to actualizing your vision. And this coaching tool can help you do that, as well as the personal path vision, the Taurus True Values program. And if you go to my website, I'm going to be continuously adding new programs for everybody that have to do with achieving your goals and actualizing your vision in 2014. So Pluto is activating the Uranus and Pluto and the Jupiter all the way through until June 25th. The most intense period will be in January, April, and October. So those are times to like not push, go with the flow, ride the wave, make the changes you need to make. And I'll talk into detail about those as they approach, as each month approach. But January will give you a window into this energy that I'm talking about, because the Capricorn new moon activates Pluto and Uranus, and Mars is now in the picture, and so they're all kind of fighting with each other. And, you know, for you, it's about your spirituality. It is about your conscious mind. It's about your higher mind, your super conscious mind. It's about your future vision. It's about your beliefs. It's about expansion of consciousness. It's about what's your truth. It's about using your wisdom from the School of Hard Knocks to create what you want. It's about your work, your health habits, your lifestyle. And so for you, it is about, you know, not getting caught up in the dramas of others, not getting caught up in the craziness going on at work at times, because work will be chaotic at times, and there may be dramas happening there, and politics and gossip, and, you know, you just want to kind of do the Mars. You get the Mars going on in the 12th house in Libra, because Libra is 12 signs from you. For you, you may find that you're just so happy walking the beach, walking through the woods, walking the dog, walking in nature, just like meditating, retreating. 2014, especially the first 7 months, as Mars is in Libra before it gets into your sign. It'll enter Scorpio on July 28th. And then you're going to have a lot of power and energy. There's a lot of good stuff in here for Scorpios in 2014. Yay! And so while Mars is in your 12th, you're gonna not want to be dealing with other people's drama and, you know, whatever they're whooping up to get your attention, you know, because I see that a lot with this energy, with this Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter's involved, and now Mars is involved. And Mars is in Libra, which, you know, some people who aren't balanced, you know, can be acting out in negative ways, passive-aggressive, gossip. And it's not really affecting Scorpio. It's more about, like, when you go to work and you have to deal with it, or your siblings, or your neighbors are a bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so for you, it's more about, like, okay, I think I'll, like, be the crab and sidestep down the beach, you know what I mean? Or I'll just, like, be the eagle, fly above it, fly away, and then you're fine, you know what I mean? Like, you might, like, you know, my best friend in 2014 are the trees, you know? No, just during this cycle part of it. Once Mars gets into your sign, and Mars loves being in Scorpio because it's the ancient ruler of Scorpio, you'll be really feeling your energy and drive and power. And like I said, that'll come at the end of July. And, you know, and then Jupiter goes into Leo, and that is career advancement, huge advancement in your career. I'll talk about that in a minute. So pay attention to your lifestyle, your health, and your work. You know, there'll be some ups and downs there, you know, because of this Pluto-Uranus energy that's really intense. January, April, and then in October. Now, we have 4 eclipses in 2014 that are really important. And they're now moving out of Scorpio and Taurus and into Aries and Libra, and they'll be completely in Aries and Libra in 2015. So for you, so on April 14th and 15th, you have a 25-degree Libra eclipse. And that is, you know, and Mars is there and triggering the Pluto, Uranus, and the Jupiter. So retreat as much as you can. Do nice things for yourself. In fact, Mars in this placement wants you to nourish and nurture yourself. That's the big message right here with this Mars for you in the 2014, especially the first 7 months, is really do things like meditate, listen to nice music, you know, relax, do things. Breathing is really important, you know, and relaxing yourself. Do nourishing and nurturing things that are very healing and soothing, you know, and then that way you're preparing yourself for Mars entering your sign, which will, like, boost your energy by 1,000, and, like, you'll be ready to take on the world. Absolutely. And so the first 7 months with Mars in the area of behind the scenes, develop nourishing and nurturing habits like meditation, relaxation, withdrawing from the crowd, withdrawing from the drama, reading, watching your favorite shows, doing things that are fun for you and nice for you, that are really quiet and soothing. You're going to want that for 7 months. Okay. And then you have the Taurus eclipse at 9 degrees, April 28th and 29th. April's going to be nuts. And that's because Pluto and Uranus go exact. We have 2 eclipses. Mercury's not retrograde during that time period. Hallelujah. But it's going to be super intense because of the eclipses, because of the Pluto-Uranus, and because Mars is activating everything. And so with the Taurus, this is about relationship. Now, this is the last one you're going to have in the relationship sector. So for those of you that are single, this can bring a new relationship. For those of you that are married, this is about bringing the marriage to the next level, like, doing something great together, really investing in the relationship, really paying attention to the relationship, paying attention to your partnerships, paying attention to your public, paying attention to your colleagues. Then in October, we have the 15 degrees Aries eclipse. That's going to move into the work sector for you. So it's coming out of the relationship. Now we're focusing more on the work routines, your day-to-day routine, your health routine, your lifestyle. And then we have the final eclipse in 2014 on October 23rd at 0 degrees Scorpio. So this is the last eclipse in Scorpio. And this is about the finishing touches of everything you've learned through the cycle these past 2 years of the eclipses in Scorpio, the North Node in Scorpio, Saturn in Scorpio. And with Saturn, Saturn has wanted you to redefine yourself or define yourself. In other words, Saturn has not wanted you to have elaborate social life or elaborate career life during this cycle. Saturn has wanted you to really be focusing on your inner world, your inner journey, how you define yourself based on who you really are and what truly matters to you, your core values. And then align your goals to your core values. Align your future vision to who you really are and what truly matters to you. And you will experience great success because Saturn is going to leave you on Christmas Eve, December 24th, and enter Sagittarius. Now, we'll come back in to say hello for a little bit in 2015, but then it blasts back into Sagittarius for good. But it is going into Sag on Christmas Eve, and now all of a sudden you're going to feel it. You're going to be like, whoa, this great mentor, teacher has finally left me alone. No, has moved. It's like you really can feel these energies. And Saturn, yes, Saturn restricts our energy. Saturn holds back our life force so that we can totally focus on what truly matters and not get caught up at the workplace, not get caught up in other people's stuff. We don't have the energy for it, right? And you know, because Saturn's been in your sign all this time, so you know what I'm saying is that, you haven't had the energy or the wherewithal to be scattered to the winds. That's what Saturn does. Saturn focuses us on, here's what you got to do today. Here's what needs to get done. Here's the priorities. And what truly matters to you. You see, you are a multidimensional being. And it's believed that we're living 11 lives right now. We're 12, right? There we go, the 12 houses, the 12 constellations. And the 12th one is your mighty I am presence, your spiritual self, which never descends into the physical. The other 11 are multiple lives you're living right now. Very similar to this one, but they're on other dimensions. They're on other worlds. You're a multidimensional being. And when Saturn's in your sign, Saturn is redefining you on all those other dimensions. That's why you can feel so tired, but you haven't really changed anything on the other. You're still going the same job, you're still in the same relationships, but you're tired. You don't know why you're tired. The reason you're tired is because you're working on other dimensions. You're working on your other 11 lives. So, you're Scorpio. I can share the mysteries with you. And so, so this is a really important year because this is the last year Saturn's going to be in your sign. Saturn will not be back again for another 30 years, another 29, 28, 30 years, okay? And you are setting the foundation for the next 30-year cycle. That's why this is so important. That's why Saturn doesn't want you to be distracted by, you know, what other people are doing, you know, big elaborate life outside, because your life is on the inner planes, on the other dimensions, in the other lives, as well as this life. And so it's really important that you are focused on who you really are, defining who you really are, what really matters to you, what truly matters to you, because then when Saturn goes into Saggy rules your second house of what you are, your core values, and then you're going to be evaluating that. So this is a really powerful time for you. Saturn wants you to define yourself or redefine yourself based on who you really are. And by doing that, Jupiter is in the 9th house of your future vision. Jupiter is up at the top of the chart, really working for you. And Jupiter is, you know, working on that future vision with you, that long-term planning, long-term strategy. And Jupiter will be trining Saturn. Jupiter is trining Saturn in December. Jupiter will be trining Saturn for a large part of 2014, empowering you to make right choices for you that are good for you, that are going to work for you for the next 30 years. And this is really awesome. Like having the master strategist, Jupiter, in harmony with the master builder, Saturn. It is just so good. And so you can move up in your career, you can move up in your education, you can move up in your spirituality and your spiritual growth, which is really big for you in 2014, especially with Mars where it is. Watch your psychic abilities increase. Watch your intuition increase, like by 1,000-fold. The more you meditate, the more you take time for yourself and retreat from the ups and downs of the chaos and confusion of the workplace, and other people, and you spend time with Jehovah, you spend time with Creator, you spend time with your mighty I Am presence, the more you come up higher. And the more that inner wisdom comes through for you, that inner knowing, just knowing I'm on the right path, and I'm always going to be in the right place at the right time, and I don't have to rush, I don't have to worry, I don't have to get caught up in the fear of the world, because I know I'm being spiritually directed every step I take. Then Jupiter goes into Leo on July 17th. Leo is 10 signs from you. Leo rules your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, your destiny in the world, your career legacy in the world, how you define your human beingness in the world, your unique accomplishments in the world, your unique human beingness in the world. So yes, it has to do with your profession, and man, the next year you are going to be able to move up big time, especially if you've been doing this work with Mars, and you know, nourishing and nurturing yourself behind the scenes, and listening to Saturn, defining yourself, lining yourself up with who you really are, and now knowing who you are, knowing what works for you, knowing what doesn't work for you, Jupiter will say, okay, now let's expand it in the world. Let's take it to the top. Let's promote you. Let's take your career, you know, up several notches. Jupiter will not be back here for another 12 years. So this is going on for you, and it's going to be going on like July 17th on in 2014, all of 2015, because even when Jupiter goes into Virgo, it's still working for you, because Virgo is 3 signs from you, and Virgo rules your goals in the world, luck, opportunity, sudden windfalls, sudden breakthroughs, the money you make from the business you own or the money you make from the corporation you work for. And so Jupiter is going to continue to expand your wealth in the world. And so this is a really powerful year for 2014 is a powerful year for Scorpios. It's an important year for you. You're having the last eclipse. You're not going to have another eclipse for another 19 years. So we won't be back here talking about this until 2032. I'm just seeing myself at 2032. And so we won't be back here talking about this anymore. So this is a really important time for you, 2014, about how you define yourself, how you want to show up in the world. And that comes from your soul knowingness. That comes from your soul, going to your soul and asking your soul, who am I? What am I? What am I here to do? And, you know, what's going to really do it for me? What's going to really make me happy? And we've got some retrograde, the Mercury retrograde's going on, and the last one in your sign will be October 4th through the 25th. So you don't want to make any major decisions in October or April or January if you can help it. I like to wait till Venus is direct. And then in February, Mercury goes direct. So, so Venus, I like to wait because she's so personal to you. And when she's retrograde, the things you love and value could change when she goes direct on February 1st. And then Mercury goes retrograde February 6th through the 28th. And that's in Pisces and then Aquarius. And so you're going to be rethinking things in January and February, and that's totally appropriate. You may even want to hold off until Mars goes direct, May 20th, because Venus is retrograde all of January. Mercury goes retrograde for most of February. Then Mars goes retrograde March, April, and then portion of May. And while Saturn's still in your sign and Mars is in the 12th with you, you may not feel the need to make any major life changes until Mars enters your sign in in August, end of July. Yeah, so like the first 7 months. Now, I'm not saying like if you get a good job opportunity, don't take it. Or if someone comes into your life and you want to form a relationship, go for it. I'm just looking as the astrologer and where the energies are taking me. And whenever something's retrograde, we often change it as soon as it goes direct. So, Mercury retrograde February 6th through the 28th. And then it's going to retrograde June 7th through July 1st. That's in Cancer. And then Gemini. And then the last one in October. You definitely don't want to make any major decisions in October. And again, as the months get closer, I'll talk about this more. But see, like Venus is retrograde, and Venus is what you love and value, and Venus is your resources. And so when she's retrograde, projects stall. It's not a good time to take out loans. And then, but when she goes direct, which will be February 1st, then, okay, start moving things forward. But then Mercury's retrograde, not a good time to sign a contract, not a good time to make major purchases, And then Mars goes retrograde, and Mars is your ancient ruler, and Mars is in your 12th. So you're not going to, here's how you know. If you go to start something, and then it stalls, that's Saturn, the universe, saying you don't need to do it right now. So don't push against the tide, is what I'm saying. If something's flowing and going your way, ride it. Go for it. But if something starts out good and then it stops, okay, then that's the universe saying, don't worry about it. It's not time yet. Timing is everything. There's a time to sow. There's a time to reap. There's a time to plant. There's a time to harvest. And when something's retrograde, it means we don't have all the facts. We don't know everything that's going on. And the wisdom and prudence and patience pay off big time when we wait for, especially the personal planets like Venus and Mars and Mercury, because they're so personal to your finances, your relationships, your communication, your contracts, your travel, your transportation. And so when they're retrograde, we don't have all the facts. We can make bad decisions because we don't know, we're not clear. We don't have all the facts. And we don't know everything that's going on. And then when we get all the facts, we might make a different choice for ourselves. So that's what I'm saying. It's a great year for Scorpios. It's a powerful year for you. It really is about focusing on yourself, your self-definition, how you define yourself in the world, or is it time to redefine yourself? Jupiter is going to carry you forward in 2014, bringing new career opportunities, career advancement, promotion, a wonderful time to start a new business. And like I said, July on, especially August, because Jupiter will be in Leo, advancing your career, advancing you in the world. Mars will be in your sign. We'll be done with Mars triggering the Pluto-Uranus. Mercury will be direct. And Venus will be direct. So, so the second half of 2014, you may find yourself taking a lot of action and getting promoted and opportunity coming in for you that is, life-changing, awesome, fantastic. You know, plan vacations for yourself throughout the year. So like if you find yourself getting tired, and you know, even long weekends are good, you know, especially in March and April is a good time to take a retreat or a vacation, because it's going to get really crazy in April with the eclipses and Mars going over the Pluto-Uranus, and it's wonderful for you to just dial back and just, you know, let everyone else experience, you know, their Pluto-Uranus, but you're taking care of yourself, you're nourishing and nurturing yourself, and you're getting ready for Mars to enter your sign, which will come in, you know, late July, and then, you know, August, you're just going to be taken off, because Jupiter is entering, you know, that career sector that is just going to be whoosh, expanding you, promoting you, and bringing new resources for you, new money and financial gain. And that continues through 2015, because Jupiter will be in Leo until July of 2015. Then it enters Virgo, which continues to bring new wealth and new opportunity to you. So ride the wave. And if you find yourself, you know, getting tired or drained, put little vacations in for yourself, you know, little retreats. Take a day and retreat. Take a long weekend and retreat. That'll recharge your batteries and help you get clear with your vision of what you're creating in 2014, and then on into 2015. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and favoring my podcasts. Scorpio, you're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like to work with me in 2014, it's very easy. The links are below. And until next time, who cares if the sky cares to fall in the sea? Who cares what banks fell at Yonkers, as long as you've got the kiss that conquers? Why should I care? My life is one long jubilee, as long as I care for you and you care for me.